Let's make some easy ear wire for our earrings. When I had a jewelry business, Carry Your Message, the earrings that I made, I wanted to make my own earring wires. I didn't want them to overpower the overall design, wanted something simple, something I could control. This was the powerhouse for me. The Easy Ear Wire Maker is just as simple as it can get. You lay this out right here. In the past, I've used 20 gauge artistic gold wire. I've used 20 gauge silver wire. I've used copper wire. But the majority of my earrings were done in this dead soft 22 gauge gold filled wire. You need to measure out the length of your wire, and there's a built-in gauge here. So you just set your wire inside for the length that you need. Take your wire cutters and cut that flush. I want my edges to be really smooth so that when somebody puts it in their ear, they don't have a problem. And this is a burr cup, and I always just had the manual one. You can get battery powered, but I prefer just having this manual. You can get them anywhere online. I'll put a link down below where I got it. And I do both sides. And you just slide your wire right inside. And just twist this around, moving it in different angles to make sure that you get all edges and all angles of the wire to make sure that it's round and smooth. You don't want this to be rough on anybody's ear with your earrings. Okay, so now that we have that smoothed out, I'm just going to straighten it out just a little bit. This also will work hardnet since this is dead soft wire. And what we'll do is we will make it a little more stiffer once we have our ear wire complete. So now that I have that a little bit straighter, I'll take off this round piece of plastic and I set it right into the finger hole. There's a knob, put this right in there, and then I start to turn the knob, and it makes like a P on the end of the wire, and then this piece goes all the way around, which is going to make the loop for the ear wire. And as that goes around, then there's a bottom piece here that's going to make the end of the earring, and we are done. Open this up, and there you go. You have your ear wire complete. Now to make this a little more solid, I have a steel block here, and I'm just going to lay the earring right on top of there. And to protect it, I'm just going to lightly tap the wire, which will cause the wire to work harden. You probably couldn't hear me over the hammering. And allow it to maintain its shape. If you have a rawhide, or this is a plastic mallet, it won't scar or dent the metal. You can make textures if you'd like, but now we have a really solid ear wire. And then you just do that again, and now you have a set of ear wires. Ear wires number 2. If you don't have the Easy Ear Wire Maker and you still want to make homemade ear wires that are really close in size, shape for your earrings, here's another way I did it before I got the Easy Ear Wire. Okay, so this is artistic 20 gauge wire. I cut 2 pieces to 1 3/4 inches, and I'm going to straighten them out just a little bit. I'll do one and then we'll do the other. Got the burr cup. Because of the cutting, it has a tendency to make each end a little rough, and you want to kind of smooth that out so that it's not hurtful to anybody's ear. And you just put it in the burr cup, move it around on both ends. I would go a little longer. I'm just doing that for the sake of our video. And then if you don't have a burr cup, you can always, this is a nail file I got at like Sally's, one of the beauty places, or if you have a file, you could use a metal file and just take the edges. It really rips this up. I use this a lot on other kinds of metal, but it'll suffice. I mean, you work at it, and if it gets the rough edges off, then that's really the most important thing. Okay? But actually, a metal file would probably work better than this. Okay, so now that we've got our edges rounded, I have my round nose pliers, and I marked on the one piece of the plier so that I could be consistent, and I lay my wire close to that mark so that it just barely is sticking out. And now I'm going to roll away from me. I'm making a P, and see how I want it to roll in on itself. Okay, so I got that taken care of. It didn't close all the way, that's fine. And then I have a rounded plier, and I'm going to take it as far up to the P, and I'm holding it fairly tight, straight up and down, and I'm going to bend this onto itself so that it comes around. You don't have to take it all the way. And then I'll take it off of here. See, I'm starting to make the wire. I have my flat nose pliers, and I'm going to make the back end of it. So I'm going to go to the widest part of the wire. This is allowing me to make sure I'm consistent in the shapes, and I'm just going to bend up slightly, and that gives me my first wire. Okay, so to do this second one, again, the round nose pliers, I'm going to make the P, bring it all the way around onto itself, take that off. Now, if you don't have the pliers, find something. I mean, these are fairly similar. It's a little more difficult to make sure that it stays up as far as the actual shape and the round, but if you do both of them, it's going to come around, it's going to be the same size because you know, there's no variation here. So this allows you to then control the actual roundness of it. See, it's slightly different. And then I opened it up a little bit, but again, I have my pliers here that allow me to maintain that back end. So this is a different shape, but again, if you don't have a rounded plier like this, this is another option for you. To work harden your ear wires, you'll just want to take the ear wire, put it up on the block, and hammer it lightly. Turning it over. I prefer working with my metal chasing hammer when I'm doing the ear wires to work harden them. There you go. I hope that helps you and lets you know that you can make your own ear wires. Now that we have our ear wires completed, let's put them on some earrings. Okay, they're slightly open, so what you're going to do is take and slightly turn it this way. And I've already had a jump ring put on this earring, and we're just going to slide the jump ring, close it up, same with this one. And you can curve that down a little bit if you'd like, round it out a little bit more if you like, but I don't mind that it's like a teardrop with it. So there you go. Easy to apply, easy to make, and you're all set.